Hey, and welcome back to By Myself But Not Alone, Episode 4, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Alright, so after I checked out of my hotel in Lincoln, Nebraska, I hopped on I-29 North, and it took me straight to Fargo. It was about a 6.5 hour trip. I made a really good time. When I got to Fargo, I checked into my hotel, got a shower, got ready, and I headed to Grand Forks. Jumped on I-75 North, and it took me right there. This was going to be my first pre-show party of the tour. It was hosted by Fargo the Bell Tolls, Met Club Local number 518. Love the name, guys. So I hopped on I-75. Google Maps helped me out. I found Jay's house, walked right on in, and met a whole lot of cool people. Now, when these guys throw a party, they go all out. They had a PA system. They had music. They had a lot of good food. They had internight beer. I think I saw a bottle or two of whiskey. But there were just a lot of cool people there. I spent the first 45 minutes or maybe an hour meeting a lot of people. People just walking up, introducing themselves. I was doing the same. It was kind of cool. But let me tell you what happened. Now, I knew that Jay Veldman, the guy whose house we were at, was a regular on Met Club. His handle's Nevermind Chicago. And I knew there were supposed to be a lot of other Met Clubbers there. But I had been there for nearly an hour, and I didn't really, I thought Jay was the only one that I met. I'm standing next to this guy, and he said, "You know who that is?" Pointed over to another guy, and I was like, no. And he said, "Why don't you go ask him?" So I walked up to him. "Hey, man, who are you?" And he said, "I'm Odin Lives." I was like, "Man, dude, I've known this guy for quite a while." I went back over to Chad, and I said, "Do you have a secret, too?" And he looked at me and smiled and said, "Yeah, I'm Althor 45. "Whoa, man, I know this guy, too." "Who's that?" "Oh, that's Porcelain MC." "Oh, my God, what about this guy? Shoreboy 31. It turns out there were a whole bunch of people from Met Club. I knew all these guys. We were all laughing. So why didn't you tell me? I would have been a little more comfortable walking in 1,000 miles away from home into a strange house if I'd have known how many people there that I knew. But anyway, we got a good laugh out of that. Some more Met Clubbers showed up. Camerson showed up. Andy from San Diego showed up. The Black Ticket crew started coming in. We had Edgar and Robert from LA. Rob Bradley, John Bidwell, David Carvajal showed up. There were just a lot of people, and after being there for a short amount of time, I really started to feel comfortable. It was pretty cool. Like I said, they had a PA system set up, and Met Club actually gave them quite a few prizes, and they were having contests. Jay would ask questions, and whoever could answer the question would win a prize. I won 3 cool prizes. I won a set list from the Dallas show in 2017. I won a used ticket from Quito, Ecuador from 2016, and I won a Got Riff guitar pick from 2015. So I thought it was pretty cool that Met Club furnished quite a few cool prizes. I was walking around, taking pictures, talking to people. I did a couple interviews. Unfortunately, there were a couple interviews where I didn't have the directional mic all the way plugged in, and there was no sound. That's what happens when you get a couple beers in me. It was that internight beer. I'm really not a beer drinker, but that's some pretty good stuff. If you get the opportunity, you might want to try it. But anyway, at one point I turned around and I met the cutest little Metallica fan I've ever met. This is baby Harper and her mother Jaden. Her father Caden was there. Her grandmother were there. This is the whole Hagen family. Harper's 3rd generation Metallica fan. Now, this little girl's going to grow up to be super cool. I was there pretty late that night, but when I finally left, I left with a really good feeling. I want to say to the guys in 518, you guys did an awesome job throwing this party. Chad, Jay, Mark, Alex, Nick, Andy, all you guys. It was great meeting you. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry, but that's who's popping out in my head right now. Met a lot of cool people there. I got back to my hotel. I crashed. I woke up the next morning, got up early, headed down to the Alaris Center. I got there earlier on this show than any of the other shows, and there was a larger group of black ticket holders forming. It was pretty cool to get there that early and see that many of the black ticket holders had already showed up pretty much just to hang out. Another pretty cool thing that happened was Jim Breuer came out, and I didn't even know this was going to happen. All the members of 518 presented Jim with a plaque as an honorary member of their local, and I thought that was super cool. And if you could have seen Jim, he was very appreciative. It caught him off guard, and it was just really cool to watch. While he was outside, he also told us, he let us in on what his plans were for part of his show. It turns out there was a wedding in an attached banquet room of the Alaris Center. There was a wedding the same night as the Metallica show. Jim let us know that he was going to crash the wedding and grab the bride and groom and try to bring them on stage. And he kind of gave us a heads up to what was coming in the show. He did it successfully. That was really, really cool. If you want to look that up on YouTube, there are a couple clips. As for the Metallica show, once again, they nailed it. They gave us a good mix of the songs that a lot of the songs that we had already heard from the first 3 shows, but they included Ride the Lightning, Motor Breath. Those are 2 songs that I really enjoy hearing live. Now, the action on the floor at this show was a little bit more intense because there were so many more people. One of the security guys told me he heard that there were 9,000 floor tickets. I'm not sure if that's an accurate number, but I kind of want to believe it. Just due to the way that arena was set up in comparison to the other ones, there were probably 3 times as many people on the floor as we were used to. So there were a couple areas where it got pretty rowdy. I was successful again in scoring my picks. I got 2 Grand Forks picks. This was 4 shows in a row that I had 2 for each. So I was living up to that goal. And after the show, we headed back to Jay's house. They invited me over to finish the internight beer. I didn't drink when we got there, but I wanted to go over and hang out with the guys a little longer before I headed to Sioux Falls. When we got over there, I had the pleasure of meeting a couple more people that they weren't at the party. I met Rob from Trapped Under Ice, Minnesota, Local 508, and I met Michelle from Wisconsin. They were both as cool as everybody else I had met, and I enjoyed talking to them. When they left, we went down in the basement, and Jay showed me his Metallica collection, his man cave. I was very impressed, Jay. You've got one hell of a collection. I appreciate the little tour you gave me. When I jumped in my car, I realized that one of my headlights was out. That kind of made me nervous. Fortunately, Chad was still there. He lives in Fargo, so he just rode out in front of me. I blinded him with my lights, but he knew the circumstance. We made it back to Fargo without a ticket. The next morning, I went to AutoZone. I bought 2 replacement headlights. I'm a mechanical idiot. I know nothing, but I had been planning on getting my oil changed. The guys that changed my oil said they had no problem putting the new headlight in for a dummy like myself. But when the guy got in there, he said it was just a loose connection. So I still had 2 new headlights in case anything happened, and life was good again. The night before, I'd been talking to Chad about Metallica's regional history, you know, shows they've played in the surrounding states. And he told me about the time they played in Fargo in 1992. And there was this place in Fargo where, you know, anytime big musicians would come through, the bands would come out and they'd put their hands in concrete, wet concrete, and then they had like a kind of like a walk of fame. And he told me if I wanted to meet him down at the visitor center, they moved it from downtown to the visitor center, but he said he'd be happy to meet me out there and kind of show me around. That's exactly what he did. So I got some good footage there before I took off. Oh, one other thing, inside the visitor center, they have the actual wood chipper from the movie Fargo. So that was pretty cool too. I got to grab a log and act like I was pushing the body into the chipper. Don't know if you've ever seen that movie, but it was a great little visit. I appreciate your time, Chad. I got to meet Chad's family, his 2 little daughters, his wife. You got a great family, and again, I really appreciate the time. And then as we were leaving, James and Dave from Bismarck, North Dakota showed up. I met them at the party, and I got a quick little interview with them. When I left the rest area, I hopped on I-29 South this time, and I headed for Sioux Falls. I want to say one more time, Fargo the Bell Tolls, Met Club Local 518, very hospitable. I had a really good time. I appreciate that greatly. And to all the fans that attended the Grand Forks show, I know I say this every time, you guys really know how to throw a party. That was an intense show. I had a great time. And to everyone else, I'd like to say thanks for watching. If you're new, check out some of our other videos. If you like what we have going on here, we'd appreciate it greatly if you consider subscribing to our channel. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave us a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Ring the bell. Next episode is Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Until then, rock on. Okay, state your name and where you're from.
My name is David Lochner. I'm here from Grand Forks.
I'm Stefan. I'm from France. I'm from south of France.
I'm Skylar. I'm from originally from Colorado. Drove out from Minot, about a 3.5 hour drive. So I just see them.
Okay. I'm Haley Clayton. I'm from Grand Forks, North Dakota.
My name on Facebook is Jay Velvin. That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
And I'm in Grand Forks, North Dakota right now.
Do you want to say your Met Club handle?
Oh, my Met Club handle is Nevermind Chicago.
How long have you been a Metallica fan?
I was introduced to Metallica in probably '87 by the Justice album.
Since 82, 83.
My whole life, ever since I can remember.
How old are you?
I'm 21. Yes, sir.
Oh gosh, as long as I can remember. I was raised on it, but I really got into them about 5 years ago.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20?
20.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've been at it quite a while.
Yeah.
Since '88, so is that 30 years now?
30 fucking years.
Holy shit, this is my anniversary. Fucking A. Yeah, 88 since I ordered the Just for All cassette from the Columbia House Record Club for like, you got 10 cassettes or something like that for a penny. So that was amongst the mix of tapes that I ordered. But I had to thank all the kids in high school who wore Metallica and Just for All back patch. I thought it was a brand of denim jacket or something like that. And some kids like, no, that's the band. So that was something I was fascinated with, just the image of, Doors and all that stuff. So I was just really curious, and that's the first record or cassette that I listened to by Metallica. Then I went backwards in time, and then I listened to, I went over to Ride the Lightning, Kill 'Em All, and my mind was being blown each time. Got Garage Days, and then the last cassette I listened to from their catalog was Master Puppets, and that just like blew my mind 10 times.
Have you seen them live before?
No, this is my first show.
At least 50.
That's my first time seeing them live.
I've never seen them live. No.
First time.
First show, yeah.
You're gonna love it. Do you have an experience package?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm trying to get on the rail.
Oh yeah.
Yes. 26 times. Tomorrow will be my 27th.
That's incredible. Why do you keep doing it? Is the music that good?
It is. It just keeps evolving. The shows are just they're different in terms of the experiences I have with other fans, and so those things are actually make themselves bigger than the band. It's just the interaction with other fans.
So it's
just
not
really
just about the music for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. I mean, it is about the music, but all the other opportunities that present themselves,
It's
I
not
think.
Solely about the music.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha. That's
But
where
I mean, the
going.
music gets me there, but then everything else opens up, and I start meeting great guys. I mean, we just had this chapter party, and I'm meeting a lot of guys for the first time, and it's just freaking cool. It just brings the forum, the Met Forum, to life.
Do you have a favorite album?
My favorite album? Actually, it's probably Master of Puppets.
Them all, yeah.
One of my favorite albums is actually S&M, the Symphony. That's one of my favorite albums, yeah.
Master of Puppets would be my favorite, but then Ride the Lightning and the new one, Hardwired, is right up there, really close. It's really hard to nail down a number one, but I'd have to say Master of Puppets would be my number one.
I would say Ride the Lightning. If I had to.
It just changes. Right now, it's still hardwired to Self-Destruct. I mean, it's still fresh sounding, so it just I just go through motions. I mean, sometimes it's that Just for All, sometimes it's Master of Puppets. So it just depends what kind of mood I'm in.
If you got to pick one song tonight that you're guaranteed to hear, what will it be?
Creeping Death.
It's Fade to Black. It's amazing song. It's like too much to me because I meet the problem, and it's a great song. Yes.
It's so hard, man. That's so hard. I'd have to say Merciful Fate off of Garage Inc. That is my favorite cover they've ever done, and it's like 11 minutes long, so fuck yeah, 11 minutes of Metallica, dude. Let's do it.
Orion.
Ooh, nice.
Shortest straw.
Okay, do you have a favorite band member? Past
Favorite?
or present?
Favorite band member? I'm probably gonna go with James in this one.
I love them all, you know.
All right.
Love them all!
All right.
Cliff. Has to be Cliff. Oh yeah.
No, I can't choose.
Hey, there's no problem with that.
I really can't say I have a favorite, to be honest with you.
All
I think
right.
they're just one unit to me. So I appreciate them all for what they bring to the table.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in the Air Force.
I am a tag night technician.
I do IT support for a well-known chain of restaurants. I work overnights, and I just tell people what to do with their computers and network systems.
I am a nurse aide at All True.
Okay, I asked because we come from all walks of life.
Okay, yeah.
Right on. In your life that you credit with turning you on to band original?
My dad. I remember ever since I was a little kid headbanging and watching Cunning Stunts in the basement with him, blaring it over the stereo as loud as we could.
Yes, my best friend, his name was Leon. He turned me on to Metallica in 1987-ish, and he ended up dying of leukemia when I was after he graduated high school. And so he's going to be here with me tonight, right beside me on the rail, and I can't wait to be there. That was our goal, was to make it to a show together, and we are going to make it to the show together, whether he's alive or not.
Probably just my parents.
Your parents are
Yeah,
big Metallica
they've always
fans?
listened to Metallica, so yeah.
Are they here with you?
No, they're not.
Just random kids with
Yeah.
wearing the denim jackets. It
Yeah.
wasn't one, it was just a lot of kids. and that's how I got into metal, and that was the gateway to other bands like Slayer, Anthrax, King Diamond, Motorhead. So from that, I started branching off to.
What's
different bands.
the best band you've ever seen open up for Metallica?
Creed. Suicidal Tendencies. Because I love Suicidal Tendencies. That was one of the first skater punk bands I got into.
Okay.
And Robert Trujillo obviously played bass with them, and I saw him in '94 at the Tinley Park World Music Theater, I believe. So that was really neat. Now we're full circle now that Rob's in, obviously, Metallica. So.
What do you think about Jim Breuer opening up for heavy metal act?
I love it. I love Jim Breuer's opening up, man. It's cool switching something up. Jim Breuer's the perfect dude for Metallica too. You know, he knows them. He hangs out with James. You know, he's done it before. He's a huge Metallica fan himself. You know, it's just awesome being able to have, you know, one of us up there on stage, just making us laugh and setting us up for a fun night, you know?
I am so interested. Somebody has said, like, no, that's lame, but I was like, that's never happened for me, nothing like that. So I'm excited. I'm really intrigued. I want to see what's up with that, and I think it'll be cool.
I think it's unique. It's something that they've come up with that nobody else has really done. So I'm looking forward to seeing his act. I'm really a fan of his stand-up. I can't wait to see what he does to open for Metallica.
I think he's great. He did great in Minneapolis. I know that he tweaked the show a little bit after Madison, which, you know, that it happens and nothing wrong. It's just he's making it work for him and the band. And I thought he was great. He's one of the funniest comedians out there, and I've enjoyed his work. And he's a part of, you know, pop culture, obviously. So I respect him a lot, and I think he's a great, funny guy.
Okay, if Metallica should happen to see this themselves, you got a message for them?
You guys have really touched me throughout the years, got me through a lot of, you know, hard times, good times, sad times, bad times, whatever. I've had a lot of great times listening to Metallica, a lot of memories made with people that are alive and dead now, listening to Metallica music, and I really do appreciate everything you've contributed, and I really do hope you continue to contribute more.
Keep kicking us.
Just thanks for putting out great music, and you know, and for all generations, really. We all love you, and just keep rocking.
Good.
Thank you for your dedication to not just the music, but also to all of us, the fans, man. I mean, we've really felt that community, like I've said, and it's because of everything that you do, you put forward. It gives us something to fight for fucking every day. And thank you, thank you.
Thanks for the music. And friends.
Love you guys. Just dedicated my whole arm.
Can you show us that?
Yeah,
Would you mind?
for sure.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn the camera to you if you don't
Okay,
mind.
yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Oh, I might be getting in the shadow. Can you turn with me?
Yeah.
When did you get this done?
About a month ago. I thought I should get it done before the concert. Yeah.
Who did it?
Joe Garza at Golden Needle in Moorhead.
Okay, hold on. If the whole world were to see this video, every person out there, is there one person you'd like to give a shout out to?
Well, all you guys are here, but I probably have to say Notch. That guy has been a very charismatic fan, a friend, poster collector. I mean, when I work at night and things are slow, we chat a lot, and he's just very informative, and he's a guy that cares, and so I'd give him a shout out for being a friend and being there when I'm down in the dumpster up. He's just, he's a really genuine person.
He wasn't here tonight, was he?
No.
We had all this confusion.
He was going to come out, but things have changed. So.
Yeah, no, he's a really cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
I know him as well.
Yeah, so we had that bond with all this stuff.
Yes,
so.
exactly.
And just like Alex, I mean, all you guys who collect posters, it's just it's almost like its own little ecosystem within the forum. So I really love that. And I think I spend more of my time on that poster thread.
Hey, it's an addiction.
It is, and I need to stop because you can all get so far in life with so little money. But
that's true.
But I love it. I mean, it's we're judging hard whether it's throwing out good commentary or being opinionated. It's great to get other people's perspectives.
Yep. State your name and where you're from.
Travis Hagen, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Alex Hagen, Grand Forks, North Dakota.
You guys related?
Father and son. Yep.
Right on. That's great. How long have you been a Metallica fan?
Since I was probably 5 years old.
What year would that have been, roughly?
79.
79.
Just kidding.
I was gonna say you've seen him too many times to.
I was a fan about 1985.
85. Yeah, he's gonna screw with the interviewer. I like that. How about you, boss?
I probably started listening to him when I was like 13, so 7 years ago.
Alrighty.
Before that, I wasn't really into him, but he got me into him.
Okay. Do you have a favorite album?
Yeah, Justice for All. Can't beat it. And Justice and Kill 'Em All are tied for me.
I'd have to go with the Black Album. I'd have to go with, that's what I was raised on. That's what I remember.
That is an awesome album. It's very near and dear to me, but my favorite would be Kill 'Em All. I mean, classic. How do you beat that?
Do you have a favorite band member, past or present?
She doesn't know any of their names.
You trying to get her to say Mustaine?
He said Cliff Bird.
Cliff Burton?
You said it totally wrong.
I'm gonna go with. You know what? I've always seen them as a band together. I've never seen them as an individual. I don't particularly have one to be a favorite of.
Mine is James Hetfield.
Cliff Burton for me.
Excellent. Do you have anybody in your life that you credit? We're going to go with you first because I think everybody knows the answer. With you, that you credit for turning you on to the band.
Definitely am, yeah.
Alrighty, so who turned you on and indirectly turned him on too through you?
I think I was a teenager and we didn't have MTV, and I went out to the airbase to watch MTV because they had it, and that's when Metallica 1 video came out.
Oh yeah.
And I was hooked. And then in 1989 I went to Justice for All in Grand Forks, the only time they'd ever been here. And
Gotcha.
It was amazing.
My brother Pat. He is my older brother. We're going to the concert together tomorrow. I can't wait. We got general admission, and it's going to be one hell of a party, and I can't wait.
Oh yeah, brother, for sure.
Older brother?
16 years older than me. I used to go down when Metallica just came out, and they scared the living death out of me. I was 6 years old and would hear Kill 'Em All coming from the basement. Shit was scary when you were 6.
I'd love to put my ear up next to his bass speakers. Like, I would just lay, and he would hate me being in his room, but I would lay by the speakers, and I would just hear the drums and the guitar, and I just fell in love with it instantly.
You get to pick one song, any song that you're guaranteed to hear. What song would that be?
I would probably pick Torn.
Ooh, nice.
Same with me. Blackened.
You want to hear Blackened?
Blackened's my favorite song ever made.
Right on. Excellent. What do you guys do for a living?
I'm a mechanical engineer, and I own a hockey team.
On the side.
I love this guy.
I'm a landscape manager.
I am a cardiac nurse, as I smoke a cigarette.
I am a computer specialist and a hardcore Metallica metal fan.
Yeah, we have them from all walks. That's why I'm asking that question.
You ain't kidding.
Okay, what do you think about, you know anything about Jim Breuer opening up for him?
Yeah, I do. I've seen him do a lot of different stuff with Metallica. I didn't actually know he was opening up for him until I found out from these guys. I thought it was Gojira and Volbeat, and I just found that out. I think it's going to be awesome. He's a big metal fan, and you know that'd be awesome to see. So
All right.
I've seen him in concert. He's great.
I think he's hilarious. He's one of my favorites for sure. Top 3.
Do you have a favorite piece that he does, that he's known for?
I would say my favorite piece is the Sears Bomb Threat, probably. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah, he's a genius. I will.
The AC/DC one, and then the Tequila.
Yeah, the party in the
Stomach's
stomach.
the bouncer. Yeah, that's a good one.
I was shocked. I'm going to say it straight out, because I actually asked him, 3 days ago, who's going to be opening up for Metallica? All of a sudden he goes, guess what? It's a comedian. I dropped. I was like, what? There can't be a comedian. But
The reason I lied to her is she doesn't know Jim Breuer. I think it's fucking awesome.
And we're actually
I love his
seeing
AC/DC.
him tonight.
Everybody. He is a hard rock lover.
I'm Dave. I'm from Bismarck here.
I'm James Bismarck.
Alrighty, and you guys are 518?
Yeah, we're part of the 518, Fargo
Right
the
on.
Bell Tolls.
Well, that was pretty cool. I was telling Chad when you made Jim an honorary member.
Yeah,
That
it
was-
it was easy to start, and it was rough getting up to meet with them, but
He made it happen.
What did you think of his show last night?
I loved it. I'm a
it
huge
was
comedy
great.
guy. I think it was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
And how he made it work with bringing up that bride and groom during their wedding right next door. I mean,
yeah.
Even if they ever get divorced, they're never going to forget that, you know, wedding there.
I don't think any of us forget it either.
Right? That was pretty bitchin'. That was trash.
Show.
Right.
What did you think about Metallica show?
Oh, I thought it was great. The way
It was
they
our first
performed
ever.
it. Yeah, it was the first time we've ever.
Both of us,
Yeah, first time for both.
Couldn't have asked for a better set list.
Alrighty. How long you guys been fans?
Oh, forever.
30 years since I was
Okay.
4 and I could put a tape deck in the tape player.
Yeah. Right on.
Yep.
Well, you got anything you want to say to Metallica if they would happen, or Jim, Metallica and or Jim, if they would happen to see this?
Thank you for making the greatest weekend of my life possible.
Yeah, I definitely see them again if they ever came close.
Right on. You guys want to hold the banner out together?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to get one with the picture there. Fuck, I'm running into you guys, man. Crazy as this shit.
Yeah, that's fun.
Perfect timing, right? Yeah, apparently so.
Alrighty, guys. Just and basically they just had wet concrete. They asked the guys to.
Ask them to put their hands in. You can see over here is James, and he had done a middle finger there, but they kind of said, "Did you not do that?" So then he put a peace sign.
Yeah, you can tell that's what he had done.
Yeah.
That's awesome, James. Okay, and then who are these? That's James's hands.
That's
And then
James.
he's got-
We got one over right here.
Yep.
This must be Jason right here.
Alrighty. Herb's
And
over
then
here.
Over there.
Got one question for you good folks in South Dakota. Won't you believe that McDonald's been looking everywhere? I need a Big Mac, man.